Good afternoon. Let's look at some activity from earlier today and see what other trades presented themselves later in the session after I stopped. Okay, let's try to do these videos a little better so I can get some more subscribers. Um, I'll move these around slowly. I think that I was, sort of jerking the charts around and dragging them around too much. So we'll try to do a little better here. The first trade was a short. Okay, let's see how it looked at the time. I was looking short after this nice sell-off. I said, let's get a retrace back. Near the mid-band. I got short here, and I had a 6-tick static, preset take profit, and a 15-tick stop loss. So this trade was entered here, and then we got some heat. It went against us. And then finally, I chose to exit this trade, as it turned out, a little early, because it would have continued for the 6 ticks. Okay, so that was trade number one. Let's move along here. Okay. Shortly after that, we went long. Now, with this 70-tick chart, and again, this is the Emini Dow contract, you sometimes get this craziness here. I try to see what's going on with the time in sales when this happened, but it's printing so quickly at this point. This is 9:50 a.m. So the market had opened a little while ago, so things are kind of going crazy. Regardless, after that calmed down, I decided that this is going to continue to trend higher. I took a long position here, and our 6-tick take profit was hit. Let's see, there's one more. There were 3 trades today. Okay, so then I had this. At this point, I drew this little channel, or actually I drew a horizontal line based on these extremes. When the price was in here somewhere, I decided to draw these 2 lines. The price broke out. I decided to go long. Okay, then there was a brief pullback, and the 6 ticks were hit again. Let's see what happened after that. So I was done at that point. Okay, but let's see what happens after that. Keeping this same simple chart, I would have to point out that, even though this is really trending higher, we're on the lookout for these tweezer tops. Okay, let's make it a little bigger. Tweezer tops at a band extreme. You would just really need to know to get out of this trade quickly if you took it. You could get a few ticks if you're very quick. This really, it's against the trend. You saw some selling come in, but you're still against the trend. So let's continue. If I recall, there were a few nice setups. Look at this. You have to keep these in mind. This was sort of a tight range at this point, but after this pattern, if we'll call this a pattern, the price did move lower. Okay, I think there's a couple of really nice examples. This is interesting. This doji, exactly at the mid band, led to a nice move down. This poked through the top band. It didn't really carve out any pattern, but it did move to the lower band. Okay, now things start really selling off. What I would say about this is that after this profit taking or whatever this is, you could look for a second leg down, right? You have a leg here, you have a consolidation, and you didn't get a leg like the first one, but there was a scalp here. So that's you can look at it that way. A lot of choppiness after that. Okay, let's find something at a band extreme. Okay, here you have, what I would point out here is, look at these equal, let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way. Look at these equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, equal highs there. And then you got a big sell-off. What else? Okay, I talk about the band extremes a lot, but when something is trending down and you get a move up to the mid-band area, you can be on the lookout for a short in this situation. But many times this will take another leg up and stop you right out. So you have to do some quick analysis. We are referring to the 15-minute chart, a little bit throughout the day or throughout the couple of hours to maybe help guide what we're doing, to keep certain things in mind. But really, we're focused on this chart. I would say, this is something really to be aware of. This bar here, it's a shaved top, shaved bottom. It's a nice bearish bar, and it really started a move lower. So that's it. During any session, there are at least several opportunities, depending on how long you'd like to stay at your screen. Look at I'll point this one out. The last trade. We look at these. We look for these sort of morning star patterns at the bottom band. But you have to be careful because you're against the momentum. In this case, if we went long here, let's see. Yeah, this would have been. Let's see if this would have gone below 15 ticks. Let's just say we got in at. Let's just say we got in at 50. Okay, and then it moved to 30. So you see, if I had a 15 tick stop loss, that would have been hit, and then the price moved higher. So it went from 50 to, so it did move 20 ticks after we would have been stopped out. So this is something to really keep in mind. Would there have been something very obvious to say get back in terms of a candle pattern? Not really. But it's just another example of, sometimes you get stopped out and then price moves to your target or beyond. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you very much.